If you say these 3 words to a woman, it will be nearly impossible for her not to feel attracted to you. It doesn't matter if she's someone who's hard to win over, or even if you haven't spoken to her yet. That's because when these 3 words are used correctly, I guarantee she'll feel an inevitable attraction. In today's video, I'll not only reveal what these 3 words are, but I'll also explain why they work, when to use them, and how to say them to achieve the desired effect. So, stick around until the end to learn how to attract any woman with these words. The problem most men face. Most men approach attraction the wrong way. They think the key is to impress her with flashy gestures or by proving their worth through achievements. While these things might get her attention momentarily, they don't create the deep emotional connection that leads to lasting attraction. The real problem is that most men focus on what they can say or do to win her over, instead of understanding how attraction actually works. Attraction isn't about trying harder or doing more, it's about triggering the right emotions, and that's where these 3 words come in. The secret of you and me. The 3 words that can make any woman feel drawn to you are simple: you and me. But it's not just about saying them, it's about how and when you use them. These words work because they create an immediate sense of connection. When you say you and me, you're framing the 2 of you as a team, as if you already share a bond. This subtle yet powerful phrasing plants the idea of togetherness in her mind, sparking feelings of familiarity and belonging. For example, imagine you're talking about an adventure, like going on a hike. Instead of saying, "I'd love to go hiking," say, "You and me should go hiking sometime." This simple shift changes the dynamic, creating a moment where she can picture herself with you. It's not just about the words, it's about the confidence and intention behind them. When you say, "You and me," do it with a smile, steady eye contact, and a tone that suggests genuine interest. This combination is what makes the phrase so effective. It's not about manipulation, but about creating a connection that feels real and exciting. The 4 pillars of you and me. The phrase "you and me" represents 4 fundamental pillars that every woman desires in a man. First, interest. Saying "you and me" clearly shows genuine interest in her without coming across as desperate or needy. Second, respect. These words reflect respect for her feelings and demonstrate that you value her attention. Third, attraction. When you use these words, they communicate confidence, which is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Finally, initiative. You and me reveals that you know how to lead and make decisions, qualities that inspire admiration and trust. These 4 pillars are essential for building a genuine connection and naturally attracting women. How to use you and me in practice. Now that you understand the power of these words, let's explore how to apply them in different situations for maximum impact. The key is to use you and me naturally, without sounding rehearsed. For instance, if you're meeting a woman for the first time, you can use you and me to confidently and directly start a conversation. Instead of asking generic questions or making random comments, say something like, "You and me should get to know each other better." This approach immediately shows interest and removes any uncertainty about your intentions. When it's time to ask her out, avoid vague phrases like, "If you want, we can go out sometime." Instead, be clear and assertive. "You and me are going out Saturday night." This subtle shift exudes confidence and sets a positive expectation. Even in more advanced relationships, you and me remains a powerful tool. Saying, "You and I are going to plan something special this weekend," reinforces commitment and demonstrates that you're genuinely invested in the relationship. The importance of delivery. What sets a simple phrase apart from a truly powerful one is how it's delivered. When using you and me, it's crucial to ensure your tone is confident but not arrogant, natural but not careless. Making eye contact while saying these words is equally important. It conveys sincerity and creates an immediate connection. Remember, words themselves hold power, but it's the energy behind them that truly makes the difference. Here's an important note. Never use these words to manipulate or deceive. The goal is to build a genuine relationship founded on mutual respect and interest. Using you and me dishonestly can backfire, destroying any chance of a meaningful connection. Why these words work so well? The phrase you and me works so effectively because it taps into the psychology of connection and exclusivity. Humans are wired to respond to language that creates a sense of belonging. When you say you and me, you're subtly inviting her to see herself as part of a partnership. This phrase bypasses superficial attraction and dives straight into emotional resonance. It signals that you value her not just as an individual, but as someone worth sharing experiences with. And the beauty of it lies in its simplicity. You're not overcomplicating things or trying to impress her with grand gestures. You're inviting her to imagine a connection that feels real and achievable. A challenge for you. Now that you understand the power of you and me, it's time to put it into practice. Over the next week, find opportunities to use this phrase naturally in your conversations. Pay attention to how she reacts, whether it's a smile, a laugh, or even a moment of shared understanding. The goal isn't to get an immediate result, but to observe how this small shift in language changes the dynamic. As you practice, remember to stay authentic. The more genuine you are, the more impactful your words will be. Thank you for taking the time to explore the power of connection through words. Remember, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you make someone feel. By focusing on sincerity and intent, you can create deeper, more meaningful relationships. If this discussion resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to continue sharing insights that empower and inspire. Until next time, stay confident, stay genuine, and remember, building connections starts with you and me.